Hi, this is going to be my sort of reaction analysis for Lionize from the RWBY Volume 6 soundtrack. Adam's song. Oh, this is going to be some edgy nonsense, and I know I'm going to love it because I know exactly why I am. God. I really loved the Adam character short. I think I would have done an analysis on it if I'd had more time, honestly. I was just so busy then. Very cinematic sort of soundtrack kind of feel. So it looks like this would be in a film more than an album. With these instruments. It's very dramatic, quite fast paced, but not in a rock guitar kind of way we usually see with Adam. Then the rock guitar comes in, which is very Adam-y. Becomes even more dramatic. This is so angry. Yep, this is 100% his backstory and motivation right here. And then there's this bit. I'm so great bit. You've got to give Jeff Williams like credit for this because he sings this. And Adam hasn't got like a full song before, and his character voice for songs is very shouty, screamy, which is difficult to maintain. I don't sing or voice act or anything like that, but even talking for consecutive videos, because this is the 4th one I'm filming in a row, my throat is complaining. Never mind trying to do multiple takes of this. There's some good long instrumentals, perfect for character short stuff. This very much seems like a process. For it's like, you know, you've abused us, so I'm gonna take some revenge. And then it's like, I'm gonna become your hero. And you can sort of see how, like, here he's taking action. God, I hate Adam. This is the perfect summary at the end here of what's wrong with Adam and what makes him a villain. No mercy, no compassion, our fate's justified, time to turn the table on who's tyrannized. That is what indicates to me. That's a perfect summary, again, in song form, because the RWBY soundtrack is perfect for that. Perfect summary of who Adam is and why he's a villain. I know that's apparently not everyone's take in the fandom. I don't understand it, because it's here in black and white, literally in this case, that Adam's a villain and he just wants to hurt people. And he wants to be praised for it. Because, like, compare this to Blake, who's our other model for sort of fairness rights. you know, who's in terms of who's an important sort of major player and who's currently alive. You know, hers is all about we'll fight for each other and things like that, and we need to work together or this is never going to work. And then there's so many destruction based words here. Die, annihilate, terminate. Got suffering, got vengeance, battle cry, mobilize. It's a very militaristic and destruction based sort of language. And now we have sort of the context of Volume 6, where we have that. There's a perfect shot which describes, like, it. There's a one shot in, like, Volume 6 which basically does what this part of the song does and summarizes Adam perfectly. When he takes off the ribbon and you see the brand of the Dust Company on his face, because that just summarizes perfectly. Because RWBY has at times had a show don't tell problem where it would be like just telling us why something happened instead of letting us figure things out. And then Volume 6 they resolved a lot of that. And that shows it as well as this song. He was oppressed and exploited by humans for as long as he can remember. Given less resources and even less respect. And this sort of hatred has sort of festered inside of him. And instead of talking about establishing a kind of equality and rights, a civil rights kind of movement for the faunus, he immediately goes to retribution, punishment, and he wants to watch them fall, and he wants to be glorified. Because that's the main issue. This song is very much look at me, look at me, look at me, which is very Adam-y. You know, you'll see I'm the hero, I'll be lionized, I'll have the strength to do what's needed, unify our people with no compromise, champion the truth until they recognise, lead them to the salvation and regain our lives. So it's lead to salvation and regain our lives, which, like, out of context you could be like, oh, well, maybe he wants to, you know, establish something good, and then you look at the rest of that, and then you're like, unify our people, no compromise, and stuff like that. Like, that's not positive language. I have the strength to do what's needed. That's, whenever someone says that, you know something's up. And then this as well is very much look at me, behold your flaccid leaders, too weak to take the prize, replace them with a warrior, it's time we mobilise. It's literally it's literally the kind of survival of the fittest. I will cut down those I feel are unfit to take what they deserve or something, which is very sort of, he doesn't seem to understand that, like, you know, the Dust Company, the whole evil capitalism thing is taking what you want with no regard to others, and I'm not saying that Adam is in the same vein as his oppressors. What I'm saying is both are bad in different ways. He didn't deserve to be oppressed, he didn't deserve any of that horrible treatment, but at the same time, you can't look at all of that suffering and then be like, well, I'm allowed to hurt other people and be praised for it. No one's ever allowed to hurt other people. That's not... I'm shaking my head. I hate Adam. I think he's a great character. He was a great villain. He's very hateable. I'll give the writers credit for that. See? Vengeance on the human filth. Our enemies must die. Destroy them all while I am glorified. I don't know if there's anything more to say. To be honest. You know? That's just Adam. That's everything wrong with Adam. I think that's the perfect way of differentiating between him and Sienna and Gira and Ilya and of course Blake and everything like that. Because you see in the Adam character short all of these things, and then some people are just like, oh, but maybe he did have good intentions. You look at that and you tell me he had good intentions, like, I'll be the hero, I'll lead them to salvation and people will think I'm great. And it's like, no, you shouldn't do things to be praised for them. And then it's like, yeah, I'll kill all the humans, it'll be great. And it's like, what? Like, no. He's not like the Magneto figure of this world. He's not like the tragic character who's like an antagonist but barely a villain, because a lot of the time they're right. He is a villain. He's an abuser. He kills people. You know, I just it's another great villain song. And it also it's making me a bit angry, to be honest. That's how the writers did a good job of writing Adam in this volume, I feel like, because he's just so hateable. I can't stand him. And this song, it just makes me angry. Like, it's a really catchy song, and I enjoyed it. At the same time, I'm like, wow, I want to punch Adam in the face. So kudos to the writers. Kudos to Jeff Williams. I'm hoping that he had a lot of breaks in between recording this, because damn, that must have hurt your throat. I'm in pain for you, but I do appreciate that kind of consistency regarding, you know, songs and stuff, because that is how Adam generally sings in the songs, and he sang like that pretty much the whole way through. So however you feel about the RWBY soundtrack, you've got to admire that commitment, that someone's willing to hurt their throat like that and really stress their body out just to try and make sure that there's no sort of gaps in continuity or mistakes. So I hope you enjoyed the song, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.